Let's go.
All right, so we're gonna start with our in-cab inspection, and the first thing we're going to do is what we call a safe start. So what's included in our safe start is checking our seat belt. We wanna make sure it's not ripped, torn, or frayed. It's properly mounted to the cab and secure. We wanna make sure that it latches and unlatches. Then we're going to make sure that our parking brakes are engaged. Our shifter is in neutral, and then we will start the engine, but first we'll let our needles sweep. So we're just gonna turn the key to the on position. Let them cycle through. All right, then we're gonna start our engine. All right. So we should see our ABS light come on and go off immediately as soon as we start our engine. We also want to make sure that our oil pressure gauge gradually rises as soon as we start our engine, and we want that to be between 20 and 60 PSI. Next thing we'll check on our dash. Since we're there, we want to make sure. All right, next we're going to check our DEF gauge right here. We want to make sure that it turns on, does a full sweep, goes back down, comes back up again to show its level, and we never want our DEF level to be under 1/8 of a tank. Next, we're going to check our air gauges. We have a primary, which is the white one, and a secondary, which is the blue one behind it. When we do our air brake tests, we're going to take all of our readings off of the primary, but we always want to make sure that our air pressure is built up to maximum pressure, which should be no higher than 140 PSI. Next, we'll check our voltage meter. We want to make sure that it is between 12 and 14 volts. We're at 14.2, so that's good. Next, we're going to check our temperature gauge. Our temperature gauge should be between 170 and 180 Fahrenheit. We are looking good. So next, what we're gonna do is check our lights. So we're gonna check our turn signals. So we're gonna turn our turn signal on to the left. Wanna make sure that it comes on the dash and corresponds with the light outside. Cancel that. Then we're going to turn on our right turn signal. We want to make sure that it comes on the dash and corresponds with the light on the outside. Then we're going to check our four-way flashers. We're going to press the red triangle. They came on the dash, and they correspond with the lights on the outside. Cancel that. Our high beams. So they came on the dash, and they also correspond on the outside. All right, so these are your high beams on the dash, and they correspond with the light on the outside. And then there we go. Interesting, I did not know that. All right, next we're gonna check our steering wheel. We wanna make sure that it has no more than 2 inches of play on a 20-inch steering wheel. So we just wanna make sure that it doesn't move more than 2 inches when we do this. Next, we'll check our horns. So we have our city horn right here. We'll honk that, listen for it, and then we have our air horn up here. Our climate controls. So we want to make sure that our heater and our defroster work. So what we'll do is we're going to turn it to right here. It shows our defroster and our heat going towards the bottom. So all I'll do is, I won't do it right now because it's hot, but you'll turn this all the way to the heat, turn this to max fan height. Then you're gonna check up here for your defroster. If it's blowing heat, then it's good. You'll check down here for your heater. If it's blowing heat, then you're all set to go. Next, we're gonna check our windshield. We wanna make sure that it's not cracked, that it's clean, free of any obstructions, and no illegal stickers. While we're looking at our windshield, we want to check our windshield wipers. We want to make sure that they move smoothly over our windshield. We want to make sure that our windshield wiper blades are not missing, not dry rotted. So that's usually when they dry out so bad that they start to crack. Let me do it again. Oh. And then our windshield wiper fluid, we want to make sure that it is working properly as well. All right, next we're going to check our mirrors on the outside. We're going to make sure that they are clean, not cracked, broken, or missing. And we also want to make sure that they are adjusted to the driver while they're in the cab. All right. Next, we're going to move to our safety equipment. We have our fire extinguisher. Only reason there is duct tape right here is because we have a dog in the cab and he likes to unlatch it, and we don't need this flying around. So please spare us. All right, so we want to make sure that it's securely mounted to the cab. It's fully charged to the green. There's a pin in the handle, and it is at a rating of 10 BC or higher. Next, you're gonna make sure that you have your spare fuses and your 3 reflective triangles that are red in color. They're gonna be.
They're not red. They're
not
orange.
Red. They're orange.
They're orange.
Everything I was told was a lie. All right, and that, folks, concludes the in-cab. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe on this video. Let us know what you think and how you do.